You know, when I was a teenager, we had an older gentleman that was a neighbor, loved to dole out advice, mostly unsolicited advice, because as a teenager, I didn't really need any advice. I knew everything. But he told me once, and it still resonates with me, that if people cuss, that is a weak mind trying to express itself. Um, and so I got to thinking today as I was trading, I am absolutely a weak-minded mother. Hope the bleep button worked. Anyway, the market's been frustrating me. Today I had my second red day since September and absolutely deserved it. I noticed too, most mornings in the first hour, I'm up nicely, and even on the last frustrating days I've had over the past couple of weeks, and I've only had a couple red days since September, right? Both of them fairly recently. I noticed that I'm able to make money in the first hour. And this is what I usually teach. I say, hey, if you get your daily goal or close to it in the first hour, stop trading. It gets more difficult after that. It really does. And so I broke my own rule again. I was up 700 or 800 today, something like that, in the first hour, and ended up down 400 by the time I was done jacking around. So I'm going to try to really, really adhere to my own rules going forward, and we'll see. All right, so let's start with DDD. It's got a nice long consolidation here, then a little bit of a pop and a kind of a slightly higher consolidation, but decent volume on these up days. So this day back here, it ran to 961 right here. About about a week later, it hit 962. Today, it snuck up again, hit 958. I'm seeing some insider buying on this stock. So I got a couple catalysts. 959, if it breaks today's high, might get it to 963, which could break above this base and maybe finally break out. You see the volume there recently is pretty good. So that's my potential play on DDD. ATV, crazy move here. The last few days have been, it's had nice intraday pops. So this one just goes on watch for a possible another intraday pop. XBIT. Had a really big move on Monday and then kind of a quiet day today. I want to watch this one. I really like it over today's high, over 1304, but it closed at 1251. Go to 15-minute candles. Here's the high. You kind of have a lower high on an intraday basis. This was the high of the day right at the open. You kind of have a lower high here. So it's actually interesting to me, over 1290. I think that might push it through today's high. So I'm going to actually put that in my notes right now. 1291-ish, somewhere around there. That might get it going. GLNG, just another possible bounce day. Kind of a nice narrow day and the biggest volume yet. So you see the volume increasing, but today it almost closed where it opened. So I'm looking for this one to bounce tomorrow. We'll see, only with the proper setup. DVN, kind of the same thing. Biggest volume yet, and this has fallen from 46 down to below 34 today. Looking for a continuation of that bounce. TRGP, see a little theme going here. This one actually had a nice bounce and closed close to its highs. Looking for this bounce to continue. Certainly like it over today's high, over 28.73, but we'll have to see how it sets up. Actually, a pretty wide range in this thing today. Today's candle had a range of 24.65 to 28.73, so like a $4 candle there. So we'll see. I want to keep it on watch. It's definitely goes in that beaten up group, right? PIRS had a really nice pop today on big volume. Just looking for maybe a red to green, something like that tomorrow. Don't want to chase it. TERP had this big spike here. Tried to take out the highs of that spike. Couple days later, then it fell a couple days. Well, today, possibly, this was a low here. Possibly a higher low put in today. And you've got a 2-day high pretty close to each other. So today's high was 871. Yesterday's high 874. So there you go. 872 and 875 are a couple potential catalysts. And then lastly, another potential bounce play. And that is RICE. So this has fallen from 14 to below 950 in about a week. That's a pretty good haircut. Big volume today, looking for a potential reversal in that one tomorrow as well. Hopefully we'll find some nice gappers to play too. I'm going to leave my list at that, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.